Hey survivors, we're going to talk about shelter and cordage a little bit. Two things I think go together pretty well. Generally when we're putting together a shelter, we're going to need some sort of cordage to finish the job. In working on our Looter Too Late stuff, two options really came to mind and panned out pretty well for us. The first one I found were shower curtains. These were under $3 a piece. They're in housewares or over with the bathroom decorating stuff. They're less than 6 by 6. They're about 5 3/4 feet square. So you might want two of them if you're going to make a shelter. But there again, I don't picture them being a high looter item. These will be perfect for a bug out bag. The other thing I found was these plastic drop cloths over in the paint section. Each one is about 6 foot by 12 foot, and there's 3 in the package. The entire package weighs just over a pound, so we're not adding a ton of weight. They're very thin, 0.7 mil, but with 3 of them in there, there's no reason we shouldn't be able to make shelters. Even if one tears, we've got 2 backups. I see this being a great addition to your bag. I'll probably end up buying another package of these just so I can spread them out amongst our bags. Put one in mine, one in my wife's bag, one in my 11-year-old's bag. So for what they cost and what you're getting, I think it's probably a great one. But from a Looter Too Late aspect, I think it's an awesome find. Now moving on with cordage. Cordage was really easy. I was surprised how many things I found that could qualify as cordage for us. This is just called household twine. I think it was $1 for this roll. There's 150 feet. No, it's not going to be super strong, but even if we have to triple it, we end up with over 50 feet of cord, or roughly 50 feet of cord. That's pretty good. And it's light. It doesn't weigh anything. Shoestrings. This is a pair of 60-inch shoestrings or bootlaces. There again, doesn't weigh anything. It's not going to be a high theft item. Incredibly useful. I'd have no problem taking 5 or 6 packages of these, putting them in my bag, and being pretty comfortable with that. Fishing line. Man, there's so much fishing line to choose from. Even if guys start stealing it when they're looting, I would imagine there's going to be a roll or 2 left. This is 6 foot, or a 6-pound test rather. It's not very strong. Well, it's not terrible. It's not super strong, but there's 100 yards of it on this spool. That's a lot. And again, it doesn't weigh anything, so it's great for our bag if we're going to have to be packing all this stuff around on our back. Light is going to be good. Dental floss. Here's an awesome one. 55 yards in here. So again, even if we have to triple it, we still end up with 50 foot of good cordage. And it's dental floss, man. You know, how many uses can you think of for dental floss? This is a good find. Now, this is one Razor Sharp mentioned in class last weekend that I'd forgot about. I actually had a spool of this sitting around, so I just used the ones that I had here at home. But this is for tying off duck decoys. You'll find it over in the hunting department. It's a very strong nylon. You can melt the ends of it. It's a woven, I think. I don't think it's spun. It's woven, so it's really strong. can use it for fishing line, trot line, whatever, but this would be an excellent find in a survival situation. Highly recommend it. Again, it's not real expensive. I use it around the house for all kinds of things, so I already had a roll of it here. And lastly, in class last weekend, we had an entire class of young ladies. They were all very fun to have in class. They were all excited about learning and about sharing what they knew. So when we started discussing the Looter Too Late videos, one of the girls says, "Why don't you just use that paracord stuff?" And I said, "Well, I anticipate that it will be looted, that most people are going to think to take paracord, and they're going to want it. It's valuable." She said, "Yeah, but if you look in other places, it's there." And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" "Well, look in the craft section." I said, "Paracord is in the craft section?" She said, "Yeah, we use it to make bracelets all the time." So after class, I went to Walmart and I went over to the craft section, and they had a whole big rack of true 550 paracord in a variety of colors. And I checked it out to make sure it was in fact 7-strand paracord. It is. This is an 18-foot piece. And then when we consider that we can divide it out and get 8 actual different strands from it, depending on what we're using it for, that's quite a bit of cordage. So, push comes to shove and you're needing some cordage, check Arts and Crafts section. I was pretty impressed. I didn't expect it to be there. Another place I found a lot of cordage was over with, they had a very small section for boats, marine stuff. They had a few little anchors and floats and different things. There was a lot of rope over there. Different sizes, different types, whether it be hemp or nylon. Another one we looked at was yarn. Again, the young lady said, "What about yarn?" I'm like, "Well, yarn isn't that strong, but it would work." And again, if we double it or triple it or braid it or wrap it or whatever, cordage is cordage. If you need it, you need it. And if I can take a ball of yarn and turn it into something really usable, why wouldn't you? So tons of different varieties of cordage available for our scenario. Things I don't picture people taking, things that are going to be in places they're not going to think to look. Poke around when you're at Walmart or wherever you're shopping. Look and see. You'll be amazed at how many different types of cordage you're going to find. One other thing I came across. These little, they call them tent pegs. I don't know. They're light. They are steel. And for no more than they weigh and no more than they cost, not a bad addition to any bag. But for a Looter Too Late bag, I think they're excellent. I don't picture them, again, being a high theft item. They are over in the camping section. But I think most people are going to want to take those little pop-up tents that don't require any stakes. I currently carry these in my regular bug-out bag. I will probably throw these in my Looter Too Late bag, unless any of you guys have any huge objections. If you do, you think I'm way off base, let me know. I'll leave them at home. I'm learning from this just like you guys are, so I'm more than happy to take your input and hear what you have to say about it. Let me know. Like I said, if I'm off base, tell me. We'll change. But that was the last thing I put for cordage that I would include with cordage and shelter. My kids came up with this. It's some kite string left over from one of their kites. I've got 4 little boys and they break stuff pretty regular. So I have like several of these little kite string things sitting around. Toy department. Would you think to look for cordage in the toy department? It hadn't occurred to me until I saw them laying all over my yard. So anyway, think outside the box a little bit, guys. Poke around when you're at the store, man. If the kids want to go look at toys, yeah, let's go look at toys. Let's see what Daddy can use for survival. Have fun with it, Point it out to them. My 11-year-old is great at this stuff. He hasn't been tainted to think, hey, this is what this is for, and that's the only thing it's for. He's still young enough to use his imagination and come up with some great ideas. So listen to your kids, get them involved. Have some fun with it. Make your own video. Get in on our blowgun contest. We're giving away a cold steel 4-foot blowgun. It comes with all the little darts and stuff. I've got a 5-footer. My son's got a 4-footer. They are fun and they are powerful. So get in on our contest there. You can find out more about the contest at uszep.com, uszepp.com, or go to our Facebook page and check it out. We'll have all the rules posted there when we post this video there. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Good luck out there.